You guys ready?
Mike,
Still trying to eat dinner.
what did it mean to you to have Justin do that tonight?
I think it was very touching for me, a very emotional moment to have that kind of solidarity from someone like Justin Britt, who's a very known leader in our locker room and who's from a different part of America from me, but to be able to have that solidarity and to be able to have somebody who is behind me and know that somebody that I really trust and to be able to see him put his everything on the line to be able to support one of his teammates. I thought that was a very special moment and an emotional moment. And for me, it was a very touching and I'm very thankful to have somebody in my corner like that. And I'm appreciative of him.
You said earlier this week, Michael, that you think a white player joining the movement would really make a difference. What about Justin doing that?
I think it was definitely, like I said, it was touching and it showed that unity is something that's super important in solidarity. And I think a lot of people, we as football players and as athletes, we come on this court or this football field or baseball field or soccer field, and we come from different backgrounds. And at that moment, we support each other every single way. And then when it comes off the field, to have that same kind of support is super important. And I think it shows that no matter where you're from, to be able to have somebody from a different part of the country, different race, and to be able to share moments where we agree that the things that happen in Charlottesville, the things that's going on right now, are not acceptable, and to be able to have him do that, I think it shows a lot of players, and I think it's going to give a lot of other players courage to be able to move forward and keep trying to, share the message of love and the message of unity, and to be able to have that build that bridge. I think it's about building that bridge to the other side and to be able to share our journeys together.
Mike, what have you been hearing from other players in the league over the last week?
Have I heard from other players?
Yeah, what have you been hearing from them?
I heard from a lot of players. I think a lot of players are just at the tipping point. I think, like I said, Charlottesville was a very tipping point for a lot of Americans in general, and then just people and athletes too. So I think a lot of people are wanting to be able to share their message and be able to have that platform to be able to share and to inspire people and let people know that not because we have this, we're playing this sport doesn't mean we're not in tune or what's going on. Because sometimes you can have a job and you can get so in tune to your job that you can forget about what's going on in society, and you can get caught in this shell and in this bubble. But for us to step outside of our bubbles and be able to go out and impact our communities in all types of different ways is something that we really want to do, and we inspire from that every single day.
How do you know when this is starting to work?
I think you judge it off impact. I think it's not just players, and it's about getting people up and out their seats and to be able to go inside their different communities and be able to activate their whatever they see that their passion is or wherever they dislike and about what's going on right now to be able to go out. So I mean, there's no way to really judge it. This is not like I can't judge it like a football field and be able to say, oh, he had 1,000 yards, so that was a great season. So it's hard to see the impact, but the impact of anything is long term, and this is a long term fight. This is not anything that's short term. This is a very long term thing that's going on, and be able to constantly keep doing it is the hardest part.
Mike, Justin said he approached you beforehand. Just what did he say to you about why he wanted to do this?
I think he said he wanted to support and he wanted to find a way to be able to understand and be able to find a way to impact his community and find out what can he do. And him growing up in a different part of the United States, that helped him to be able to come to this point to be able to want to be able to help and support me and keep doing what he's doing.
What were your conversations with Pete Carroll like this week?
Same old, same old. I mean, I don't really want to go into what me and Pete Carroll talked about. I think it was stuff behind closed doors, and I think it'd be unprofessional for me to come up here and talk about something that to be able to come up here and have a trusted conversation with him, and then to share that. I think it wouldn't be very professional of me, but I just know he's just a great person. I think he's a great leader, and I think he's very supportive of my passion and who I am as a person. I think he sees my journey as a person, and he sees my purpose, and he sees what I do in the community and what I believe in, and he supports that. So that's cool.
Justin mentioned several times that he's trying to educate himself now
Yeah.
about issues. Is that the ultimate goal?
Yes, I mean, I think the ultimate goal is to, not have people judge on the color of their skin and not have racism, not to have discrimination. I think along that way, you to start the conversation also is the actions and keeping the young people because it's always the young people who are the people who change society. If you look at Martin Luther King, or you look at Malcolm X, and all these change makers of when they were young, they were the people that were young doing this. And it's like, how do we get young people up to go out and stop what's going on, not the change the future? I mean, this is what it's really about. I mean, we're all standing on the shoulders of our ancestors to be able to have this passion and have the compassion for human beings the way that we do. And I think it's about young people, getting young people and showing them the right way and giving them the opportunities.
Did you talk, Michael, did you talk to Justin about facing the backlash?
Oh yeah, I talked to him. I said there's backlash, and are you sure you want to do this? Because everybody is not willing to stand up and for something like this. A lot of times you lose a lot. You lose a lot. You lose sponsors. You lose people. You lose fans. You lose all types of things because you're fighting against something. I think a lot of people agree on different things, but I think when you bring politics into sports, it's one of those platforms where people don't really want to hear it. But like I said before, I'm a black man in America, and I can't hide from that. I can't hide from these issues that are going on in society right now, and I got to be able to use my platform for the right reasons, um, not to just be a pawn in the marketing schemes of, in general, just companies, but to be able to change my communities and constantly go out and do the work organically, not just talk about it.
What has it been like for you dealing with that backlash over the last week?
It's not really, it hasn't been much pressure. I think it's the thing. I think when you play in the NFL, you play any sports league, you always have backlash, even when you win a game. I lost the Super Bowl, so it's like you have that backlash. But at the end of the day, it's like you can't really have your, you can't let what people say determine how you're going to obtain your future. You can't let people deter you from what you feel is right. And you can't let people deter you for what your passions are. And if that's the case, we all wouldn't go anywhere. And I think at this point, the backlash is just a part of the message. And I think because of the backlash, it shows that this is important. If there wasn't any backlash, then it wouldn't be a problem. But the backlash shows you that these things are important. These topics are important. And as much as we all sit in here and we talk about things behind closed doors, these are the real issues of America. And to be able to passionately go out and challenge ourselves to be able to talk about them and be able to go out in our communities and change society is an important thing. And I think that's something that we all should continuously search for in our lives and keep doing.
All right, Michael, anything else, guys? You got coach on the way? You have long-term goals, of course, but Justin said he had a conversation with his wife, at home. Isn't that a microcosm
Yeah.
for the start of what you're trying to do?
Yeah, I think that is exactly what you get that start where people are asking questions. What did and they ask those questions, and you get actions like what Justin did today. People that want to change the way that they think, and people that want to change and recognize that there are issues. And I think those are the start. I think what he does is going to be a ripple effect to other people that might be a little cautious of having those conversations, because anytime you're uncomfortable in any kind of conversation, it's unnew, it's unnew, and it's just something that you're not used to, and it's just uncomfortable. And to be able to have those conversations and make yourself comfortable with what's going on in the world, to be able to go out and try to make a change, I think it says a lot about Justin's character and the person and how he was raised.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.